This Walmart, people. It's in the middle of Walmart. My favorite FEMA store. It's concrete, whatever it is.
This is their little complex. It's an underground facility. It's like a base. That's the top of it. Why in the hell does Walmart Supercenter need that? See the Walmart trucks? There's a tunnel. You can go from in that building.
This is our Walmart here in Fernley, Nevada. Military trucks. And all these containers here.
The Walmart in Medford, Oregon. I've been real intrigued by the idea that Walmart might become the processing center for martial law when FEMA camps start up. Humvees, tanks. See all that? So they're setting up for something. We don't know what it is or when it's coming, but we know it's going to involve Walmart and martial law.
Okay, this is like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. Got military vehicles here at Walmart in Forney, Texas. What the fuck are military vehicles doing here at Walmart? Walmart has government contracts. What the fuck is going on in this country, people? Midland Walmart. Completely gutted. Reporting from Midland, Texas. Walmart. Reporting from the Springdale Walmart, or the closed down Walmart in Ohio. I want people to notice I'm on the back side of the compound, and this wire runs a lot farther than just the old Walmart. It wraps all the way up around David's Bridal. The neighborhood Walmart in San Jose, California. And this is what it has become. I did not want to believe it, but it's happening. Does this look like your friendly neighborhood Walmart to you? No. Anyone who knows anything about jail or anything about that knows what this is. That is a holding area.
Do the camera, look. See the camera. That's one. Keep going, keep going. There's 2. And then we got all these FEMA trucks. There's restrooms. There's some cameras. All these weren't here by then. About 2 years ago. Took them 2 years to set all this up. Big trailer. There's the showers, as y'all see, more toilets. Used to be a Walmart. All the Walmart's gonna get like this.
Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel abroad, lift up the standard. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just another lesson through the Spirit. A few brothers have reported on this. Apostle Gabar has also done an edifying lesson on this topic. With what's happening with all the Walmarts, and we've covered this topic several times. I myself, it's actually a good topic I like to go into, the FEMA camps. And so funny, they showed a particular clip on here. Let me see if I can find it. Reporting from Midland, Texas. Real quick. There's a particular clip on here I wanted to zoom in on. Yeah, this right here. This is known as, well, they have particular, hold up, let me go back, shit. Hold on 1 second. Alright, like that right there that they're rolling through. Now, what's so weird about that? They have these all over the country. Okay, the one here in Missouri, and they have quite a few actually. They got businesses down there, factories. They have like T-Mobiles and corporate building, well, not corporate settings, but corporations and stuff like that underground. In one sector, this is called Subtropolis, which sub means to be underground. So long story short, these caves and these tunnels that's linking these various facilities together, allegedly they supposed to be all connected. Now, back in like 2017, I believe, 2018, around that time, we did a lesson on the DUMBs, or the deep underground military bases, converting over to via Walmarts, how they was doing like some type of construction. They was blaming a lot of the Walmart closings on piping and plumbing and all this other stuff, but find out like some map kind of surfaced of these Walmarts, like the mall, I believe it's like shit. They said like 250 something Walmarts are like literally connected to these deep underground military bases. And they showed a diagram of these particular tunnels and existing tunnels that's underground that links these stores and so forth, so they're able to transport. And a lot of the shit they do goes undetected because Esau moves a lot of equipment and freight underground. That's what a lot of people don't realize. And they showed you that in that series Stranger Things in season 3, when literally underneath their mall was a deep underground military base that led all the way to Russia. Don't know how true that is, but the fact that it's a lot of underground activity being done by these elites, because the scriptures say who should see them. Okay, so it makes sense that they're operating underground. But they actually have a place like this in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and throughout the whole entire state, because Missouri is known as a cave state. Okay, and you go out there to the Ozarks and so forth. It's a lot of caves out there. But Lord's will, through the Spirit, maybe today, I don't know, just depending on brothers, we may actually take a trip to Subtropolis, and then we may do like a live footage, like a drive-through, so to speak, like an in transit. But with the brothers camp, we're gonna get a little edification on this and show brothers exactly what's going on in these centers, man. Lord's will, if all the brothers can link up. If not, then I myself may just do it on my own time, or me and another brother. But me and the second in command of the camp, the brother, we done a video on it, like I want to say going back into like 2015. I did a video called FEMA Camp Caves, and we actually did it in Subtropolis underground, and that video was taken down years ago along with GMS Kansas City 1, the first page. Highly controversial, by the way. But we're planning to get more footage, and Lord's will, we do a live stream, but we ain't gonna post up, of course, because technically private property, so we're not gonna post up. We're just gonna do a walk, like a drive-through, so to speak, and just get some footage of it and make park and go into some scriptures inside the vehicle. That way what we're doing is not noticeable, so to speak, because they ain't gonna allow us to bring a camera down there and post up. Like, that's not gonna happen. So, but anyway, we've been speaking at these box stores, these JCPenney's, Payless's, Kmart's, Walmart's, you know what I'm saying, Macy's, and all these box stores are gonna allegedly become processing centers for when they administer the CHIP. We believe that because, where they're gonna house everybody. And everybody in the neighborhood goes to the local neighborhood Walmart. Literally, like, everybody goes there. Like, you see, I packed them stores. Used to be on Black Friday, so it was easy for them to fit a couple 1,000 people in there, tops. It's easy to do that, and they have so many of them to the point they can put a handful of people in these particular centers, especially the super centers, man. Literally, you can probably squeeze 2,000-3,000 people, probably more, in these buildings if you do it right. Because what I found out about these particular stores, they have what they call fold downs, meaning the shelves and cabinets and shit, all that is like literally foldable. You can fold it up and move it out the way within hours. Like, I've seen them change a whole Walmart store around within one day. Okay, I've seen it go from cashier checkout stations to self-checkouts and literally moving registers within hours. You literally go in there, it's a different store, so it makes sense as to why these crews are working around the time to get these things ready. Because even the one out in Manhattan, Kansas, it was reported that The store literally changed appearances within one day. Okay, all of a sudden they changed it to self-checkout within 24 hours, man. To show you how quick they move. So this thing is getting ready to come, man. And through the Spirit, these are going to be processing centers for the CHIP. Okay, this is going to determine your fate, whether you get out of prison or whether you stay there and become a martyr or an angel deliver you, however. But the Lord spake that, look, the devil should throw some of you in prison. You know what I'm saying? So we coming into those times. So this is the book of Luke 21. And I'm going to start at verses 7. And they said, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be, and what sign will there be when these things should come to pass? Now the disciples were asking, in particular, the comings of Yahushai's second coming, when he was coming to set up the kingdom. Because the disciples, they thought when Yahushai came on the scene, you know, they thought that he was coming to set up the kingdom of heaven then. Okay, we didn't understand that we was going to have to undergo another falling away, a whole another captivity, coming into power and then being brought in. We didn't think we was going to have to do it all over again, which took a process of 2,000 years. Okay, so now this is the time that Yahushai has come to set up the kingdom of heaven on the earth. And believe me, he's coming. Okay, and it says, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near, but go ye not near therefore after them. So the Lord has given us pivotal warnings as to what to look for preceding his second coming. And it says, but when you shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified. Wars in Ukraine, okay, Russia, Taiwan and China, okay, America and China, you know, Iran and Israel, you know, there's several rumors of wars that's being brought out there that's going to eventually lead to world war. And it says, but the end is not by and by. Then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes should be in divers places, which divers goes into different or usual, unusual, or different. And famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs there should be from heaven, from the chariot sightings to meteor showers to, you know, inclement weather, you know, literally crazy fire tornadoes, man, you know, nuclear winters, etc. Pestilence, diseases, famines, which we're on the verge of a cusp of a famine. Okay, next video I'm going to get into basically was footage of this empty, I believe it was like some type of Kroger store or Constantina. It may have been Kroger if I'm not mistaken, because Kroger is known to have several factions of stores, from I believe Ultra Foods, Food for Less, even a lot of Constantino stores. Like out here you have Price Choppers, then you have market stores that's owned by these particular mogul companies, you know, and they got several distribution centers and so forth. But yeah, man, famine. We're literally on the verge of a famine. Okay, and when the money system collapses, you better believe that the food system may go right along with it. And it says, but before all these things, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, deliver you up to the synagogues and into prisons, to be brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Okay, so some brothers are going to be cast into prison, you know, to give an account for their faith. And, you know, holding on to your faith can mean a death sentence in this world. I mean, but hey, so be it. Okay, because the scriptures say to be absent in the body is to be present with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So dying for what you believe in is a noble thing. And the fact that, shit, send you back to the Father, man. You know, that way, shit, by the time you wake up, you in a new body, this man is going down and the kingdom will be set up. So being a martyr is not, it's not even a horrible thing. Okay, and honestly speaking, those you brothers and sisters that may be martyrs, okay, even myself included, I could be in that. I'm not saying I'm not. We're not exempt from being martyrs. But let's just say, you know, whichever brother and sister is put in that predicament, remember the Lord is not going to put nothing on you that you can't handle. Okay, I mean, you know, even if brothers go through some things that appear to be rigorous, such as the guillotine, yeah, that's a horrible death. But, I mean, you may not feel it. You see, because the Lord has already provided He's already provided the standard. It's already set up. Okay, it's already preeminent. It's just a matter of this playing out. The mercy has been provided. The ways of escape has already been laid out. Okay, the breadcrumbs are already there. It's just a matter of it playing out the way that the Most High already promised. So we steady focus on, man, I hope the Lord delivers me. Well, if he's going to deliver you, it's been already predetermined that he's going to deliver you. It's just a matter of you coming into that realization and knowing when it happened. Okay, now if the Lord is not going to deliver you, is because it has already been foretold in your makeup that you're not going to be delivered through this. So the Lord ain't, he's working on a whim, but you act like the Most High is like literally working on a whim. This shit has already been planned. That has already been played out. The Lord already set the puzzle pieces in place for it to play out. So right now, it's just a script being played out, but it's already been written and already been seen. The Lord already established it. The kingdom is already established. It's just a matter of it playing out, if you may understand what I'm saying. So yeah, we pray and beg for mercy because we don't know if we're going to get it. But ultimately in the heavens, it's already played out. It's like, okay, well, this is going to happen for that. That's going to happen. When they come in, kick the door, I'm going to have this brother to get power. That brother going to flee. That brother going to get caught. Okay. His family going to get away. The Lord has already set up the provisions for it. So we just can't worry about it, man. If it's destined that you're going to go to jail and be a martyr, then the Lord already set that up from the foundations. It ain't going to be some, I'm going to send him to jail on the fly. No, it's already been there. The Lord already programmed that into your life. So, Yahweh Shema Shai is beautiful. All right. But it says here, and it should turn to you for a testimony, which technically men can only have testimony. Okay. Testimony goes into your testes, your testicles. And it says, and settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what you shall answer. See, this is the point. You can't premeditate on it because it's already given. It's just a matter of you walking into it and you being in a proper line of sight to receive it if you're of the elect. Now, if you ain't of the elect, then that's already been written too, that you're going to be destroyed. Okay. And it says here, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries should not be able to gainsay nor resist. So if you in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you ain't got to be writing some great oratoric speech in your cell when they call you down. Hey, well, we need to talk to you. We need to interrogate you. The spirit is already going to tell you what to say. You already going to know what to say. Constant times we overthink things because that's how the human mind works. We overthink things. We overprocess things, and that may not be the case. You think they're going to ask you to break down to 2 Esdras 11 and 12. Well, what does it know? Esau ain't concerned about that. He's concerned about what's going to happen to him and what is going to happen. And if he can break you or not. He ain't saying, well, give me all. He ain't going to say, well, quote the whole book of Genesis, the 49th chapter in your sleep. No, why? Why you got to? No, that's unnecessary. Okay, he's going to ask, what do you know about the Edomites? What do you know about this Yahweh Shai character? Why do y'all call him that? Is he a so-called black man? And are you people the real children of Israel? And he's going to try to threaten you, basically, well, we have you in captivity. So if your God is going to deliver you, you think he would have led you to come upon our, he's going to play mind games like that. You think your God is with you? He let you get delivered into me. But we just reading here that, and ye should be, it says here, and they should lay their hands up to you, deliver you up to synagogues and to prison. So it's already written that that's going to happen. So basically, he's going to play off the psychological aspect of having power over you when Esau don't even have power over himself. It's a test, man. Okay, when you look at it as such, then, hey, yeah, but it don't feel good to the flesh. But when you understand the bigger purpose of what's going on here, you understand how the Lord is operating in these times, that should give you comfort. Like, okay, this is the Most High. Now, whether you sincere about what you do or not, then that's where your mistrust comes in. That a lot of you that's still doubting and wavering is because it's something that you're not solidified within yourself. Now, we all have that. We all hope and get antsy about being delivered. Are we doing enough? Which we can never do enough. But look, man, when you give it all you give it, then hey, the rest of it is just what it is, man. So all you can do is give it your best. Like, I don't know yesterday, but I may have seen an angel yesterday, man. Then again, it may not be. And my mind said it could have been. I don't know. But I was going to this event for work, and I was listening to the elder brother from Dallas, the head brother, Yahshua. And he was going into about the election and, the Isaiah 4:1. And I was actually looking at the video, and he was going into how the men of the Lord are going to receive the kingdom and glory and riches. And, we just have to put ourselves in a proper mindset as to doing what we're supposed to do to receive the blessings. And I was on the E-Way, or the Expressway, little nickname we give it. And it was this bus, and I always see these all the time. It's called KC Share Ride and Freedom with the road in the middle. And the number is 777-1444. That's the telephone number you call. But it was all significant because as he was doing the video, going into it, that truck popped up and the number 777144 was on the side of the bus, which that's their number. I see them all the time. But it stood out to me, ride in freedom. And we know that 7 is a completion, and 4 is the mercy, and 144 represents the elect, and that's the ultimate road of freedom. You know what I'm saying? So when I got off the expressway, I was riding down the road to get to my destination, and then it was like a traffic sign. You know how when it says the right lane is closed and they merge all traffic to the left? So it was a car to my left, and I'm on the right-hand side. So I'm slowing down so this van can go so I can get behind him to get out of the way of the closing road. And it was this guy. He was on a bike, looked like a derelict Jake. He was on a bike, and he was rolling towards me, and I was rolling towards him. But I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get over. So, you know, this guy don't think I'm going to hit him. And he instantly got on the sidewalk before I even got to him. And then for several reasons, he was pointing my car. He was thumbsing up. And I was like, what the hell? And I mean, it could have been the fact that, you know, he see me. I seen him coming and I got out the way for him. But common sense would tell you, well, this road is closed, so I'm going to move over anyway. But for whatever reason, man, he was just giving me a thumbs up. You know, he was pointing the car. As he was coming towards me, he was just pointing the car. He thumbs up and he smiled. Then I did it back to him, and I was like, well, you know, I gave him a head nod, like, what's up, bro? And then I was looking out the rearview mirror, and I seen him on the bike. He kept riding, but after a while, I couldn't see him no more. And I was like, and some said, spin a block and go and look at it and see if he's still there. But I didn't do it. I'm like, nah, I got to get to this thing. If that's an angel, then I'm going to just go off faith. It could have been an angel. I don't know. Or it could have just been a dude commanding me from getting the fuck out of his way on the road. You know, but Spirit like, well, I mean, you're listening to something spiritual, you're seeing the numbers, and then coincidentally this dude happened. Okay, because there's nothing uncommon about Jake riding bikes in the street. I mean, that's very common, but it was just something that was significant about it. And then what was so weird, I got to my destination, I seen one of our old nemesis, you know, and he didn't really notice me. He said, he just came up and he passed out a flyer to me because they got like this little event and shit like that. And I'm going to get back to the lesson. But they got like this little event going on. He said, man, won't you come to this? Blase, blase. And then when I seen him, I instantly knew who he was. I instantly knew, but I was playing it off, you know, just like on some Clark Kent shit. So we got to talking and rapping. And he like, I seen you from somewhere. I'm like, you sure? He said, I can't tell you well, but I'm like, I know you. I'm like, well, I don't know you. I've never seen you a day in my life. I've never seen you a day in my life. But I already knew who he was instantly. I seen him, I'm like, yeah, this that nigga that was, we was kind of going back and forth with a couple years ago. You know, we called him the gumbo shrimp Jake, because he was like, man, if he said something about the Lord or something, he gonna be outside the gates of heaven eating a pork sandwich or something. That guy, man, and I see him from time to time. But he was like, I know you from somewhere. And then as we were talking, he said, you know anything about the Hebrew Israelites? I'm like, yeah, I heard something about them. What about them? Then he was like, you sound like one of them. He said, maybe Westport. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, that is you. And I was like, oh, he got me, you know, because we can't really hide who he is, who we are. It's just in us. But, you know, he noticed me, and then we started rapping and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy in us. And he went his way, I went my way. But, yeah, man, so a lot of spiritual things have been happening. So, yeah, brothers, just to say that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to deliver his elect, man. You know, so Salakia for that. There's just a little testimony. But anyway, going here, it says, "Herefore I will give you a mouth and wisdom which your adversaries should not be able to gainsay nor resist." So, I mean, what can they say? Okay, they can't refute that we aren't the 12 tribes. Okay, they can't say that they didn't afflict us and put harm on us and destroy us. They can't say that they wasn't oppressing us. Okay, they can't say that we're not those people. They can't deny that who they ignorantly call Christ is a so-called black man. They can't do any of those things. So, I mean, what can they say? They can't gainsay against it, even if they try. Okay, because remember, we're not doing anything but teaching the word and speaking the word. Okay, we're not some fucking maniac Unabombers, or we're not no terror. We're not doing any of that, and Esau knows this. Okay, Esau knows this, and this is the reason why he's going to spread narratives about us in order to get the public to look at us in a bad light, because that justifies him to do what he wants to do with us. You know what I'm saying? When he's able to spin the light and take it off himself and blame us for everything that's gone wrong, then he can get the public opinion, and then the public opinion will then forgive him the justifiable means to put us in jail and do what he deems necessary to pretty much take us out And that's what's getting ready to happen, okay? I think they building the case on us. You know what I'm saying? I believe they building a case on all of us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my job, all of a sudden, coincidentally, they asked me to verify my high school diploma or my transcripts from high school. I'm like, I ain't never had a problem finding this information before. And she's like, well, because, when you was working here last time, you wasn't, you was doing equipment operating. Now you're more in a different role, like I'm in a different role now. But I'm like, that don't even make sense. Cause I'm like, why did y'all hire me then? If that's the case, if y'all couldn't verify it, then they couldn't say anything. She's like, well, usually would have taken this long to get you on board. I'm like, that's folly. Cause I'm like, technically speaking, it took a while to get on board. And if not, why did y'all hire me in the first place? So they're looking into something. They're trying to find something on us. So brothers, just be mindful, about who you're around, who you talk to. Be very mindful and just try to, just keep your head on a swivel, because I think, honestly speaking, I think they're finna try to, I think they're finna build a case on us. If not, they have something, but everything is going to be lies and deceit, and, they're going to spin things. They're going to take things that you've done when you were younger out of character, maybe get in touch with a few baby mamas and a few angry ex-gruntled black bitches and ask them, how was you as a person? And of course she's gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. Oh, well, he was angry, he was abusive, he was, he didn't respect me, he believed in this cult. They gonna say that, and that's all he really needs in order to get his bullshit case started on us, okay? Not knowing that we men and that we fight and argue just like everybody else in this world, okay? What we doing ain't no much worse than what anybody else is doing. So don't let that discourage you brothers out there, because I got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, I haven't had the best rapport with people, they're just in my circle, in my life, so to speak, that I've cut off in the past. Most of my situations, they end peacefully, but, I know where, well, fuck you and have a nice day. I just connecting with certain people is very, very hard, man, but it happens. Ain't nothing detrimental to that we're doing something that's going to threaten the existence of this man, okay? He's threatened because he knows he's wicked, So regardless of that, let them do what they got to do. And I wish they just come on with this shit already, because honestly speaking, we're tired of waiting. We want things to pop off so he can be taken out, because the minute he rolls on us is when the Lord raises up the standard. So, yeah, he's going to have to, because we're going to be outnumbered. Like the brothers always say, it's not going to be fair. Okay, it's not going to be fair. You're not going to be in any position to really defend yourself, because they're going to have all types of narratives out here about you. And even then, when you defend yourself, nobody's going to listen to it, because, do people really listen anyway? So just pay attention, man. And it says, and you should be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends. And some of you, they should cause to be put to death. So, hey, you family-oriented jakes, man. Hey, man, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's all good. But, hey, you can't put your trust in people that ain't serving the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime, at any place and time, people can defect. Your children, your women, your men that's not in the faith, your mothers, your fathers. These people are in the matrix, man. So they're liable to turn against you at any moment. Okay, and believe it or not, a lot of them are already agents spying you out. A lot of the men that you're dealing with, or a lot of the women or family members you're dealing with, honestly speaking, they're informants for Esau, man. It'd be the people that's right next to you that's literally informing on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch the motherfuckers that's close to you. And that's, it shouldn't be that way. But hey, even King David went through it. Even Yahushua went through it with Joseph, man. Not Joseph, Judas, Salakia. Yahushua went through betrayal by one of his own. So it's not uncommon, okay? Like, I don't put nothing past anybody. I got a brother that ain't in the faith, man. You think that nigga won't give me up if he had the opportunity? Of course he will. I had a dream last night. My family turned on me, so it's just like, all right, well, kudos. I'm not surprised by it, because shit, these people are in the world and they're wicked. So keep that in mind. No jaw dropping moment here. Yeah, it's gonna be upsetting and like, damn, distasteful, but it's not unexpected. It's not unexpected at all, because when the chips are down, people gonna look out for themselves all the time. Joker said it in the movie. He said, you'll see He said, when the chips are down, these people will eat each other. He said, they're only as good as the world allows them to be. But when the chips are down, there's no food, there's no hope. When it becomes a survival of the fittest, your ass is going on a chopping block first. And I just want you brothers to know that, man. They will turn against you in a whim because we don't represent what they believe in, okay? They don't. That's why if you ever notice when you speak, you got one or two people in this world. You got the people that overly fuck with us, and you got the people that kind of look at us leery and just don't fuck with us at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you brothers, you try to blend in, but people still look at you like you don't belong, or they kind of trying to figure something out about you, or something about you they not feeling, or they feel intimidated. You know, like I went to the program yesterday. First, we had the speaker in class. What encouraged me to go down there and kind of, you know, see what was up is because I got to get service learning hours in order to get credit for this damn class, unfortunately, right? Something I don't really care to do. To me, it's a waste of time. It takes time away from what I really want to do. But, you know, this is Esau's kingdom. You got to do what you got to do to get by, right? So he was in class speaking, and you could just tell when people feel some type of way about you, or they don't really vibe with you, or you may be different, or they can't figure you out, or they're intimidated by your presence. And I went in the classroom. I came in a little late, you know, Jake time, and the older Jake spoke. He said, "What's up, man?" Because I know these people. They work in an apartment, like we work in the same company, but there was a guest speaker at our class that we were doing outside of you know, for the school. So I seen these guys before they've seen me, I'm sure. So I go in the classroom, and, you know, the guy's giving a speech, Jake dude, you know, but it just seemed like a real standoffish type vibe, which I don't care. You know, I'm not trying to get the approval of these niggas in the world. Fuck these niggas. I don't give a shit. I don't need your approval. You know what I'm saying? I got Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's all we need. But you could just tell it was a sudden disconnect. You know, like even when I was talking and making a comment to what he was rebuttaling, whatever, not combative, but just agreeing with him. It kind of like he didn't even hear what I said. It's kind of like he blew it off. Like, why are you even speaking? You know what I'm saying? And he was asking names and stuff like that. And I gave my name. He said, "Yeah, you the guy that be walking around with the shirts and shit on, you know?" And I'm like, "Well, damn, nigga. I mean, I've probably seen you once, but like you noticing me more than often, you know?" So it's like, all right, bro, what's up with that? But me, whatever. But it just to show you how these people feel some type of way about us, and they don't even know us. So long story short, I go to the event later on that evening. And, I mean, he was there. He dialed me up, but you can tell it was a sudden disconnect. It's kind of like a disconnect, like, man, this nigga think he better than us, or he's different, or you just can't really put your hand on it. But it's something about you they trying to figure out. So that's why, you know, you just be circumspect and just really give people what they need. Don't give them too much, and sometimes don't give them nothing at all. Fuck them. Shit, let them find out. Because at the end of the day, the Most High is dealing with you, man. He's dealing with you. He ain't dealing with them. He's dealing with you. And that's something that they can't take away from you. I don't give a damn how they spin it. So be encouraged, man. Okay? And it says here, and you should be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you they should cause to be put to death. And you should be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there should not a hair on your head perish, but in your patience possess ye your souls, man. Okay? So that's the point. When you go to the next verse, it says, "And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the desolation is nigh." Okay? And this is talking about 70 AD, but even then, this is said to happen again because how he's going to get people in these FEMA camps through military intervention. Okay? You're going to have troops and stormtroopers and, you know, FEMA troops, or however they're going to do it, blue hats. They're going to come around and they're going to start rounding people up that's not agreeing with the NWO, and they're going to throw these people in prison, man. And this is what we're trying to tell you, man. And a lot of you brothers, man, your kids, your wives, expect them to leave you, man. Okay, expect them to defect on you. Not saying that they will, because majority of the time, they probably going to arrest them to get to you. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be trying to break them. They are already going to be broken because they're not in the faith. You know, but you the one that got to stand strong in order for them to make it, because if you break on account of them, then y'all all going down. You know what I'm saying? So you can't worry about them. Yeah, it's going to be fucked up, and you know how they're going to try to threaten your families and turn them against you. Yeah, it's going to be very uncomfortable, you know. But, I mean, overall, the Lord said this will happen. So, Revelation 2:10, it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." See, it says suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. Okay, a crown of life. So be faithful unto death. Okay, some brothers are going to get the guillotine. You sisters as well. You're going to get your heads put in guillotines, man. You're going to be persecuted. You affiliate with us. You watch the videos. You believe they're going to put your face on the news too. Okay, you make it seem like it's just the prophets that's going to get persecuted. No, all the elect is going to go through formal persecution. It ain't just the men of the Lord. Okay, the view of the elect, which the prophets is the head of the governing body of the elect under Yahushua, you're going to be persecuted too. You're not going to get a pass because you're a woman. No, you women are going to be persecuted. And then you have to be even more careful because your faith is not as strong as the men of the Lord. So you really have to be grounded. You women don't get a pass out of this. OK, you're not exempt from being tortured or being thrown in prison or being beheaded. You're not. And I don't think a lot of you sisters understand the dichotomy. And I don't think you understand the severity of that. Just because you're a woman, you are not exempt from being persecuted. You are not exempt from having your face on the news. You are not exempt from saying that you are an aid to what they call the Black Hebrew Israelites. You are not exempt from that. Y'all are not exempt because you got a head wrap on and a scarf and a long dress with fringes. And you calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. No, you calling on that name. You got to prove you believe in that name. That ain't it don't stop with us. You know, yeah, we may get the brunt of the abuse, but y'all gonna get some of that too. And not saying every last one of us, but all of us are gonna undergo some persecution, but every one of us is not gonna get caught up in this scenario. But we all will have to be tested. You know what I'm saying? So just be ready. And I'm preaching to the choir. I mean, I'm speaking to myself. I mean, I'm saying this, but even myself, I have to be ready. I have to, man. I got to put off the mortal thoughts, man. We all have to be ready. You know, and once this happens, hey, you know, the Lord's going to speed things up, man. But we're getting ready to get the kingdom of heaven, so there's no point of getting afraid now. We made it this far, you know, so let's make it through the darkest part. I mean, this says that the night is darkest before the dawn. We in some dark times, man, but we ain't in the twilight of shit yet. Okay, we ain't there yet, man. And during Jacob's trouble, it's going to be a build up to it, man. It's going to be like, okay, when you first get in this scenario, yeah, you may be bugging out in your mind a little bit, but you're going to be stable. But as you progress, you learn to adapt. Okay, as you progress through the hell and you get adapted to the environment of being hostile, you will learn how to move. Just like with anything in life. You're around it enough, okay, you learn what to do and what not to do. And oftentimes you learn what not to do by getting in a situation, okay? So situations will come about that the Lord is going to have you to make very important decisions, okay? How would you overcome? You may be surrounded by 6, 7 dudes that may pull a strap on you. What you going to do? Your flesh going to be like, oh, shit. Your flesh going to freeze up. You're going to bitch out because you're like, oh, damn. But overall, if you think about it and you let the spirit to overcome and let the Lord work, then the Lord will get you out of that joint. You know, not saying being stupid or jump. I wish you would shoot me. No, man, you got to think your way out of things, man. And practicing that, because us as Israelite men in particular, most of us grown up with a lot of women in our circle. So a lot of times we're overly impulsive, you know, and you catch yourself being impulsive without coming into a realization of what's being said. Your first thing is to snap back. And that's something you have to work on. It don't come overnight, you know, because the first thing we do, we get to defense mode. Well, I got to defend them right. No, think about what's being said. Breathing techniques, man. Breathe. Think about it and then respond. And that takes practice, because initially you don't think to do that because you're already programmed to just respond without thinking. Okay, which has been this trauma, man. You know, and us as men, technically, we're not supposed to operate in that spirit, but we're in a horrible predicament as men. We're not even fully men in this kingdom, man. The only bit of manhood we still have is because we believe in the truth and we follow the scriptures. But other than that, we didn't grow up to be men in this kingdom. Yeah, we got the male autonomy between our legs and, you know, the body structure and the strength, but mentally wise, we ain't fully there yet, man. And I'm just being honest. We still got the emotions of this world. We still got the emotions of these freaking women. You know what I'm saying? We gonna know the difference from when we get in our glory compared to what we was compared to what we are now and to what we gonna be is night and day. Okay, this is the lowest we've ever been as a race of people ever in history. Nobody respect us for real, okay, unless we dunking a basketball or being a bunch of buffoons, unless we're entertaining. That's when we're respected. But nobody respects us, man. I went downstairs to confront my neighbor because for whatever reason, and I think they're Ishmaelites or Elamites, I don't know, shit. But for whatever reason, around 9, 10 o'clock, they get to making a lot of noise, like a lot of moving around. I'm like, dude, it's 10 o'clock. And when I went down there to confront them, the tension between us, because this is the second time I confronted them. You know, in my mindset, it ain't going to be no third time. Third time, it's just going to go there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just to the point with you heathens. I don't, look, whatever. But when I went to confront him, you could see the look of hatred in him. Like, why are you even bothering me, bro? You can see the look of disdain. And I gave him the same look, like, nigga, just as much as you don't like me, I definitely don't like you. You know what I'm saying? I already know who you are. And you don't like me because of who I am and what the media has made us to be. But you don't like us spiritually because we the people and you not. But the hatred and the type of disrespect that was coming from his pores, even though he didn't disrespect me verbally, but he still had that role like, man, whatever, man. Like, man, who are you to tell me anything? He had that body language like, nigga, you can't do anything about it because I'm above you and we got protection and you don't. Like, they know this. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why he kept his distance is because, for one thing, I'm a Jake. He probably know I'll beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that holds them at a base, because they know they can't physically overcome us. They know that for a fact. So I'm not worried about it in that aspect. But as far as mentality-wise and status-wise, he looked at me like, man, dude, you ain't nothing but a nigga. And in my mind, I'm looking like you ain't nothing but a fucking towel head or a coolie. You know, because I can't stand Ishmael. I can't stand him. Honestly, I don't like him. I don't like none of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't right and they're proud and they do our people horribly, man. You know what I'm saying? I straight up, like, Ishmael was just like, honestly speaking, I think the heathen I have the most favor for, and I don't even like them, is maybe Japhet. Okay, but as far as Elam, Ishmael, Esau, they all can fucking go to hell and be destroyed. I don't give a damn about none of them heathens, man. And we shouldn't, because they don't give a shit about us. Clearly. And that was basically, we both exchanged that through body language. But in his case, he like, I ain't gonna cross this dude because, you know, he may just take it there. And my thing is, I ain't trying to take it there with dude, man. I'm trying to live peaceably among. I ain't trying to have to beat up on my neighbors, man. You know, I had one account that I had to knock out one of my neighbors because he was just getting too disrespectful. I ain't trying to go through that shit here, man. You know, I'm trying to keep my head down and do what I got to do. And may the Lord come and destroy this place, man. We ain't looking forward to getting into conflict with you people, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if it goes there, then it just goes there. Shit. Hey, it is what it is. But I tell you, in this case, it ain't going to be me. But anyway, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you to prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit hath said unto the churches. He that overcometh, and what's that overcoming? The RFID micro C hip, overcoming the Jacob's trouble and keeping your faith unto the end. He that overcometh should not be hurt of the second death. So basically, if you sustain yourself, you're going to get delivered. Second death is when the missiles hit this place. You know, but it's like it, man. I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Abba. Shalom.